and welcome back to Reactioncast. It's your host Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, here to give you another series review. This time around, we're going to be talking about Dropout Dimension 20's 16th season, The Ravening Wars.
Oh yeah, this feels awful right here.
Yeah,
really bad.
It's just chafing, tuxing it all back in. Like I'm pretty raw in general by personage, but this is like paper, sand, like meat.
Yeah.
You see it shaking as the blood runs down the forearm to coat the rest of the fingers.
No.
Why?
So The Ravening Wars is a side quest which actually takes place as a prequel to The Crown of Candy. This one for sure was on my top, whoa, what is gonna happen? Because Matthew Mercer was gonna be the game master for this one, and they did like a little pre-announcement of it, and I was like, okay, they're getting Matthew Mercer to be a GM for the Dome. Let's see who were going to be the players that were going to be on the table. So this were like me and my brother were speculating who we wanted, and this was before even we knew the campaign was going to be. So there was like a lot of speculations, and I'm glad they kind of went with after finishing watching the prequel of The Crown of Candy and going with the Ravening War. I'm glad that what we got. So on top of, our game master, our storyteller, that is Matthew Mercer, the players this time around was Abria Iyengar, Brennan Lee Mulligan, Lou Wilson, Zach Oyama, and someone new to my preview of people on the table. Oh my god, I'm gonna freaking mispronounce her name. I hope I do not. Anjali, I think it's Anjali Bahimani. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Anjali. I think that's her name. If I mispronounce it, I'm really sorry. But overall, she's the newest person that I have seen on the table. Lou Wilson and Brennan were the two people that I was hoping. There was one more person I was hoping to see on the table, but they did not. They are on a table with Matt in a different campaign. You might guess what that is. That's currently running at the moment. But I was happy just to see those two. Those were two of my picks. And kind of bringing back Lou and Zach to the world of Candia and Calrum, and seeing what the prequel would be like and how they would be reintroduced to the world, and then just having our Brennan be on the opposite side of his world that he developed. So that was going to be interesting. And then just having Abria back, I've been enjoying her works, not only as a player but as a GM. And then, like I said, the new member Anjali, and I enjoyed her performance as well. So you got a wonderful cast of characters along with a prequel of the Ravening Wars. These were mentions this was mentioned during the Crown of Candy. This is kind of what Amathar's and his sisters were dealing with during this is kind of what made him infamous in certain corners of Calrum, and it made him to be who he is. So kind of seeing what was happening in the background, the way they played it out, they kind of did a jump skips here and there, and I liked it. They did time skips too appropriately. Because the war took place in many years, and it helped develop some of the characters. You had let's kind of go from the top. You had Abria playing Karna, this kind of young spy master, kind of playing subterfuge and politics in the background while trying to eliminate certain political parties. Angela played Queen Amango, who was dethroned due to her husband being murdered, and just kind of her playing this role, and just kind of these kind of like it's a political royalty trying to be like handle stuff during a war. Lou Wilson played Thane D'Alessandro, this like bulky Meatlander, like really fun, kind of Amathar-esque, but more looking for admiration and stuff. Zach Oyama playing Colin Provolone, one of the more like I would say like in slaps, like he was like the not slapstick, not the he was the character that kind of was not on the wayside, but was there to kind of elevate other characters while doing his own thing as well. And Provolone was for sure an MVP. Like everyone did well, but for some reason Zach playing Colin, just like MVP status here and there. And then Brennan, once again on the table as a player, playing Bishop Rathaniel, this like devious like clergyman, crazy dude, and that was fun for him to play that. Just this like a grouchy old Bulbian bishop, and these guys. It was fun. It was fun to watch this because when it comes to Calvrum and kind of the Ravening War, the Candy Crown of Candy, you're playing in a world that is more of a Game of Thrones-esque. People can die. Multiple people can die in this, so you have to be really careful because there's a lot of politics and murder. Some of the game boards were awesome. Some of the things, the quips. It's one of those things like to judge a campaign the way I do it. For me, it's always the way is like, was it entertaining? Because this is a longer form content. Did I enjoy the content that I get? Did the story flow well? And then this like the side notes where some of the quips really fun to just kind of be there. And then you kind of I personally take in the kind of the adventuring parties, what happens afterwards, kind of get a little bit of a feedback in the back and kind of get a little bit more insight. If you don't have to. I do, and it just to kind of get a little bit more flavor to the story. But yeah, it was the way this one flowed really well, and visually, since the dome has been evolving ever so, seeing how the layout of when certain events were happening, the dome was really great. And yeah, it's definitely, in my opinion, I actually enjoyed this side quest, this campaign, the Ravening War, a little bit more than I did a Crown of Candy. I enjoyed Crown of Candy. It's just if you listen back to my review of Crown of Candy, the finale was a little lackluster. While it was one of the main stories. It had more content. I think I just enjoyed this shorter. How many episodes actually did? How many episodes were there? There were 6 episodes. But yeah, it's a good amount of time. 6 episodes, quick, easy, go. I say that when every episode's roughly like an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. That's still a lot of content. You're absorbing a lot, but it's one of those things where within that these characters evolve. They do develop. Where they start and to where they end, the finale. I genuinely did enjoy this, and it was really great. And shout out to all the members who developed like the minis, the battle maps, like it was really great. It was fun to see all these things. And shout out to any of the editors. It's like, it's always fun to see different moments because you want to see people's faces. It's really great. It's really fun, and just these like really fun effects too when certain things were happening. But yeah, it's a fun watch and a fun listen, because I dual do this. I watch it when it gets released, and then since I work graveyard, I listen to it all over again. Even the battle map ones, because there's still some fun quips in there, and it can be a good listen. I won't deny that. And this one for sure is a good listen too. But yeah, I'm gonna give the Ravening War a 10 out of 10. It was great. I enjoyed it. Fun listen. I'm wonderful. I never felt like lost, even though when it comes to Calrum and this world, it can get a little bit confusing, but it was enjoyable enough where I'm like, I'm having fun. There's some crazy shit happening in the background. There's some fun stuff happening here. The player-to-player interaction, the character-to-character interaction. Yeah, 10 out of 10. One of my most favorite side quests, and I am looking forward to the next season that just got announced. That one, I wonder, that's a side quest, right? It's another side quest. Are they doing side quest then another side quest? Huh, interesting. But yeah, Ravening War, 10 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts on the Ravening War. Did you enjoy it? Your thoughts? Did you not enjoy it? Why didn't you enjoy it? What were the moments and key things? So yeah, let me know your thoughts if you're down in the comments, if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're watching on Spotify or any other listening podcast platforms. Let me know. So yeah, thanks again for listening or watching. Until next time, see ya.